Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Clara. I am the Sales Marketing Manager here at Beekast, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 golden rules of remote management. I wanted to start by taking a closer look at a statistic that I find really interesting. So today, 72% of employees prefer a hybrid remote office model, with only 12% preferring to always work in an office setting. I think it's safe to say that over the past year, remote work has become the norm all over the world. And according to research data, it's likely to remain a big part of our lives. At Beekast, we wanted to take a closer look at hybrid management, which is very different from traditional management. By using our own experience as well as our clients, we managed to establish 3 factors to take into consideration for successful hybrid management: productivity, synergies, and engagement. Of course, productivity is one of the most important goals for a company today. But what we have to understand is that productivity is directly impacted by employee engagement and their ability to collaborate efficiently. Engagement is a key word at Beekast because we know from experience that an employee who feels engaged in their work is not only going to be more motivated, but also a lot more loyal to the company. And in our current hybrid work environment, employee retention has become a big challenge for many companies. Now that we know a little bit more about hybrid management, let's take a look at our first golden rule for successfully managing at a distance. Start by implementing a smart and trustworthy management approach. Nurturing a company culture that prioritizes trust means cultivating effective communication, collaboration, creative thinking, and even productivity. It also means building a secure environment where employees aren't afraid of taking risks or learning from past experiences. You can do this by following these 3 steps in Beekast: share information, build a collaborative action plan, and use our Beekast templates. In Beekast, we have a feature called Tabs, which allows you to share different resources with your team directly in your Beekast session. So, how this works is, as you can see at the bottom of your screen right here to the left, you have a column. And in this column, you have the tabs section. And in these tabs, you can see that you can import different types of resources. It can be documents, PDF files. It can also be links towards other websites or even links towards articles. You can create lists, and you can even share another website directly in Beekast. By doing this, you can just add a URL in this tab, and then by saving it, your participants will be able to access the website directly in their Beekast session, which means that they won't have to switch from one tab to the other on their computer, and everything stays in Beekast, which is pretty handy. Now, let's talk about building a collaborative action plan. A remote manager may be excellent at setting smart goals, but if they don't communicate those goals effectively enough, they're not really going to be useful to anyone. So with Beekast, you can generate an action plan that makes it easier to set goals for your entire team. Let's see how you do this. Once again, we're looking at the left column right here. And as you can see, I can decide to add an action or a decision. So if I decide to make a decision, I just have to go ahead and give my decision a title. I can give a little bit more information. I can even tag the person who came up with the decision. I can do this as well when I'm creating an action, so saying, okay, this is what we want to be doing. By saving an action or a decision during a meeting, I'm going to come up with kind of a list of different things that have been said in the meeting and different types of decisions and actions that have been made. Then I can click on Document. And then when I click on Documents, you can see that the first option is the action plan. And I can just send my action plan directly to my email address. And that means that I'll receive it directly in my inbox. And then I can just share it with the rest of my team members. Let's now look at the second golden rule, which sounds easy, but can actually be pretty challenging. We're going to be talking about engaging your team. Many Beekast users regularly ask us to share some of our inspiration templates, so I thought this would be the perfect time to do just that. We're going to start with an icebreaker. Whether you're working remotely or at the office, an icebreaker is a great way to improve efficiency of training or meetings by strengthening bonds between participants, but also reducing tension. The icebreaker I've decided to share with you today is the blob tree. Here, you're going to ask your participants to place a sticker on the character that best describes or represents their state of mind or current mood regarding a topic. In this blob tree, I've asked my participants to share their feelings surrounding a new product launch. And as you can see, I'm moving these stickers on the characters that best describes how I feel about the product launch, and my participants are doing the same. So if I were to analyze it now, I would be able to say that this participant, for example, may be feeling a little off about the product launch. Maybe they're stressed about it. Maybe they're not sure about the success of this project. So you may want to be able to take a step back, talk it through with them. And the blob tree is really great for that because it's very visual and it's more like a metaphor where people can kind of express things visually without having to put the words on it right away. So it's really great when you're working in small teams and you want to make sure that everyone is participating and really feeling involved in the project. Now I'm going to show you a brainstorming template that you can set up really easily with your team. This is the hot air balloon template, which is a powerful metaphor you can use to plan ahead based on past experiences. Basically, as you can see, you have two options here: strengths, which will allow you to reach new heights, and weaknesses, which are going to drag you down and possibly make you crash. What's great about this activity is that once everyone has shared their ideas, you can launch a vote so that each member of the team can vote for their favorite ideas. By the end of this activity, you can then transform the biggest strength into an action plan that will be shared to the whole team. For our final golden rule, we're going to talk about strengthening communication. I know this can also sound obvious, but many professionals continue to underestimate the power of strong communication within an organization. This is especially true in a hybrid environment where you may not get to see your colleagues and members of your team every day at the office. This makes it harder to build professional relationships where employees feel comfortable talking to managers. So to boost communication, start by showing an interest in each member of your team. One of the more impactful ways that you can do this is by encouraging feedback as often as possible. Feedback will really help you prevent negative events simply by being there for your employees and playing an active role in finding solutions to their work-related problems. Use our feedback door template to get quick and easy feedback. The way it works is that at the end of a meeting or at the end of a training session, your participants are going to be able to grade your session. So they'll be able to give it your session 1 to 5 stars, and then they're going to be able to add a little comment about why they're giving this grade. So if it's 5 stars, they can maybe say, well, everything was great and I have really nothing to say about it, maybe what I liked. But if you have maybe 2 or 3 stars, it's the perfect opportunity to talk through why it's only 2 or 3 stars and maybe what frustrations or what was lacking in the presentation. So make sure to keep that in mind when making a presentation. Start with an icebreaker and end with a feedback door or any type of activity that will allow you to gather feedback at the end of a session. And that's the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, check out some of our other webinars on our website to get even more tips on how you can use Beekast on a daily basis. See you next time.